And we are live. Welcome back to Cantaloupe Live in the afternoon for a help session. My name, of course, is Mr. Cantaloupe. I am here to help you with any questions or comments or concerns you may have had going over the live lessons today. All right. So, yes, we do. Someone has just joined the group. Welcome. How are you today? This is Mr. Cantaloupe. I am here to help you with any questions, concerns, or comments you may have with the lesson we went over today on Alexander the Great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Doesn't look like we have any questions, comments, or concerns just yet. That's good. Oh, Andre, terrible question. You need to figure that out. Hello, Val. You couldn't find how to spell the magic word. Well, it was on the PowerPoint that I made the video out of. You can find it, Val. You got to watch the video, though. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, well, then you could go back and rewatch it. Val, it's in the video. I mean, literally, there's like, I spent like 2 minutes on that slide. It's on there. Yeah, I mean, I'll put it on there. I want to give you guys a word that's impossible to spell without actually spelling it. Spell the magic word. No. You could find it. You can do your own research and find it. It's on the video too. That's the scary part. Hi, Faith. What do you mean, Faith? Did you watch the video where I have it spelled out? On the top of the slide? Oh, how do I reach these children? So please don't say manana if you don't mean it. Oh, there you go. No. Did you mean to type a different letter and then it said type of V? Oh, well, I guess they could. Maybe I mispronounced it. Make sure you spell it correct. Spelling does count. Faith, how did you do on it? Let's see. You don't know how you did. Unacceptable. Let's see. Oof. Looks like one class just guess. Faith, here's your class. Hmm. Oh, Faith, you got a 3 out of 3. You got them all right. Good job. I thought it was pretty simple. All right. Any questions concerning the lesson on Alexander the Great? Any questions? Questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Really, a project next week? Next week, probably not. Probably not. We're going to try to finish up Greece next week, and then move on to Rem. And I'll let you guys do a project on Rem. There'll probably be research on Roman emperors, which is always fun stuff. People like Nero, Caligula. Yeah, no, the emperors were kind of cool. They were kind of cool. Some of them were absolutely insane, which is even better. One thought a horse could be his co-emperor, which they called consuls at the time. He made a horse a consul. Yeah, they're awesome. Insane, but awesome. All right, guys, here to answer questions for you. Well, so I start my session at 8 o'clock. So I typically do a live lecture at 8. It goes for about 30, 45 minutes. Sometimes the first hour. And then I do the next up until 9:30. I'm live. And then after that, I'm by my computer, but I'm not on YouTube Live. So that's always the best time to catch the live lecture is in the morning at 8 o'clock. I start promptly then. Faith is typically there at that time, and so we just go through. We got a few people showed up. I think we had like 15 today um, during that session. So it's always a good session to make because I'm able to answer your questions right away. But if you don't make that, then I always make a video out of it, and I also have a video ready to go for you guys. Sometimes they build off each other, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's a different thing altogether. So we just want to try to catch them both. All right, guys, any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints? We'll see. All right. Any questions, guys? If you have no questions, I'll begin reading chapter 2, Roast Mutton. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Mr. Cantaloupe's Help Session. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns about the lesson that we had this morning? This is just a help session to help you guys with any questions you may have. This afternoon from 6 to 7 in my evening help hour, I am going to be going over a little bit of information on, I'm going to go over actually a little lecture on the change of warships through history. So if you're interested in that, hop on over. We're going to be going over that. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Hey, Bougie Gamer. Good afternoon. Seeing that there are no questions, let's get going. Chapter 2, Roast Mutton, from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Up jumped Bilbo, and putting on his dressing gown, went into the dining room. There he saw nobody, but all the signs of a large and hurried breakfast. There was a fearful mess in the room, and piles of unwashed crocks in the kitchen. Nearly every pot and pan he possessed seemed to have been used. You have one? Go ahead. What's your question? Is there a project? No, not today, but there is the assignment. Did you do the Go Formative exit ticket I put up today? All right. Nearly every pot and pan he had used seemed to have been used. The washing up was so dismally real that Bilbo was forced to believe the party of the night before had not been part of his bad dreams, and he had rather. You're doing it now. Good. Knock it out. Rather hoped indeed. And I pronounce your name like what? Not Bouger. It takes me Bouger. Yeah, it's Bouger. It's French. No, Philip from of Macedonia is, or Philip is from Macedonia. Philip is from Macedonia. I assume you're working on that last question. Philip is from Macedonia. The question is Olympias from Macedonia or not? And I can leave that up to you to find out because not only is it in the videos, but it's also on the internet. Indeed, he was really relieved that all the think they had all gone without him, and without bothering to wake him up. But with never a thank you, he thought. And yet, in a way, he could not help feeling just a trifle disappointed. The feeling surprised Bilbo. Don't be a fool, Bilbo Baggins, he tested himself, thinking of the dragons and all that outlandish nonsense at your age. So he put on an apron, lit fires, boiled water, and washed up. Then he had a nice little breakfast in the kitchen before turning out the dining room. By the time the sun was shining, the front door was open, letting in the warm spring breeze. Bilbo began to whistle loudly and forgot about the night before. In fact, he was sitting down a nice second breakfast in the dining room by the open window when Gandalf walked in. "My dear fellow," he said, "whenever are you going to come? What about an early start? And here you are having breakfast or whatever you call it, at 10:30. They left you the message because they could not wait." "What message?" said Mr. Baggins, with all the bluster. "Great elephant," said Gandalf. "You are not at all yourself this morning. You have never dusted the and you have never dusted the mantelpiece." Are you asking? Okay, so the question is are both of them from Macedonia? So you need to find out if both Philip and um, and Olympias are from Macedonia. So in your you need to look through the video. When I get to Olympias, I really talk about her quite a bit on both of them, and I explain her heritage. So you really need to pay attention to that. All right. Here are all the dwarves waiting on Bilbo. All the dwarves. I don't know why I'm turning it like there's other people here. Well, I jumped ahead by quite a bit this morning. What's this all got to do with it? I just had enough to do with the washing up for 15. If you had dusted the mantelpiece, you would have found that just under the clock, said Gandalf, handing Bilbo a note, written, of course, on his own notepaper. This is what he read. "Thorin and company to burglar Bilbo, greeting. For your hospitality, our sincerest thanks for your offer of professional assistance, our gratitude acceptance, terms cash on delivery, up to and not exceeding 1/14 of total profits, if any, all traveling expenses guaranteed on any event, funeral expenses to be deferred by us or our representatives. If occasion arises that in the matter is not otherwise arranged for, thinking it unnecessary to disturb your esteemed repose, we have proceeded in advance to make request for reparations and stay what your respected person at the Green Dragon Inn, Bywater, at 11 a.m. sharp, trusting that you will be punctual. We have the honor to remain yours deeply, Thorin and Co." "That leaves you just 10 minutes. You'll have to run," said Gandalf. "But," said Bilbo. "No time for it," said the wizard. "But," said Bilbo again, "no time for that either. Off you go." To that end of his days, Bilbo could never remember how he found himself outside without a hat, a walking stick, or any money, or anything like he usually took when he went out. Leaving his second breakfast half finished and quite unwashed, pushing his key into Gandalf's hand and running as fast as his furry feet could carry him down the lane, past the great mill, across the water, and then on for a mile or more. Very puffed he was when he got to the Bywater, just on the stroke of 11, and he found that he had come without a pocket handkerchief. "Bravo," said Balin, as he was standing on the inn door looking out for him. Just then, all the others had come around the corner of the road from the village. They were on ponies, and each pony was slung about all kinds of baggages, packages, parcels, and paraphernalia. There was a very small pony, apparently for Bilbo. "Up, you two, get, and off we go," said Thorn. "I'm awfully sorry," said Bilbo, "but I've come without my hat, and left my pocket handkerchief behind. I haven't got any money. I didn't get your note until 10:45 to be precise." "Don't be precise," said Dwalin, "and don't worry. You will have to manage without pocket handkerchiefs for a good many things before you get to the journey's end. As for a hat, I got a spare hood, and a cloak in my luggage." That's how they all came to start. Jogging off from the inn one fine morning just before May on laden ponies, and Bilbo was wearing a dark green hood, a little weather stained, and a dark green cloak borrowed from Dalwyn. They were too large for him, and he looked rather comic. But what his father Bungo would have thought of him, I didn't dare think. His only comfort was he couldn't be mistaken for a dwarf because he had no beard. They had not been riding very long when up came Gandalf, very splendid, on a white horse. He brought a lot of pocket handkerchiefs and Bilbo's pipe and tobacco, so after that the party went along very merrily. They told stories or sang songs or as they rode forward all day, except of course when they stopped for meals. They didn't come quite as often as Bilbo would have liked them, but he still began to feel the adventurers were not so bad after all. As they At first they had passed through hobbit lands, a wild, respectable country inhabited by decent folk and good roads, an inn or two, and now and then a dwarf or a farmer ambling on his business. They came to lands where the people spoke strangely and sang songs Bilbo had never heard before. Now they had gone so far into the lower lands that there were no people left, no inns, and the roads grew steadily worse. Not far ahead were dreary hills rising higher and higher. Dark trees on some of them were old castles with an evil look, and they had been built by wicked people. Everything seemed gloomy, for the weather that day had taken a nasty turn. Mostly it had not begun as May can be, even in merry tales, but now it was cold and wet. In the lone lands they had been obliged to camp when they could, but at least they had not. It had been dry. "I think it will soon be June," grumbled Bilbo when he splashed along behind the others in a very muddy track. It was after tea time, and it was pouring with rain, and had been all day. His hood was dripping into his eyes, his cloak was full of water, the pony was tired and stumbling on stones, and their others were all too grumpy to talk. "And I'm sure the rain had got into the dry clothes and into the food bags," thought Bilbo. "Bother burgling and everything to do with it. I wish I was at home in my nice hole by the fire, with the kettle just beginning to sing." It was not the last time he wished for that. Still the dwarves jogged on, never turning round or taking any notice of the hobbit. Somewhere behind the gray clouds the sun must have gone down, for it began to get dark and went down in a deep valley with a river at the bottom. Wind got up and willows along its banks bent and sighed. Fortunately, the road went over an ancient stone bridge, for the river, swollen was the rains, came rushing down the hills and mountains in the north. It was nearly night when they crossed it. The wind broke up the gray clouds, and the wandering moon appeared above the hills between the flying rags. Then they stopped, and Thord muttered something about supper and where shall we get a nice dry patch to sleep on. Not until then did they notice that Gandalf was missing. So far he'd come all the way with them, never saying if he was in the adventure or merely keeping them company for a while. He had eaten most, talked most, and laughed most, but now he simply was not there at all. Um, Make sure when you're looking at that magic word, Valeria, it may not, it may say it's not a real word in Go Formative. But what I would do for you is I would go back and I would double check the spelling that I put up there, check it against maybe uh, YouTube, check it against maybe uh, the internet. You can just type it in, and if it shows up with the picture of well, I guess you're the only one here. So if it shows back up with the picture of the horse, then you know you got it right. Okay, and it will correct you there. So what I do is I'd go to Google and I would type it in, and I'd make sure my spelling checked up with someone else's. All right. Right. Thank you. Yeah, this is Shire. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. You look at the camera, Shire? Nope, she doesn't. Yeah, she's a sweet cat. Yeah, this one, she's needy. She needs attention always, especially when I'm reading or in the middle of teaching. She showed up earlier this morning in one of the lessons. She was on my shoulder for a while. What's your cat's name, Valeria? I'm not really sure. Breeds are really hard to tell on cats. I think she is a has a little Maine Coon and probably some American Tiger in it. Fireball. That's pretty cool. Is he like a tabby? I named her after one of my favorite places in books, the Shire. Oh, gotcha. So he's not your cat? Does he like somebody in your family? Hi, Carly. How are you? Yep, there she goes. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As you can see, Professor Shire decided to join us. Yeah, she can just chill out for sure. Oh, sweet. Then you got it right. I mean, I spelled it the way that was spelled on my PowerPoint's the way I spelled it on the thing. So if you just put it in there, it should be right. She typically won't sit here for too long. Um, she just she wants attention and she wasn't getting it the way that she wanted it, so now she's just gonna sit here. She's not really getting comfortable. Sure. There you go. Good job. Look at the camera. She may go to sleep. It'd be unfortunate. All right. Any questions, guys? Yeah, she does have very pretty eyes. That's one thing that when I rescued her from the pound, that's the first thing I noticed. Okay. Yep, she's going to sleep. Hi, guys. Welcome. Any questions? Oh, perfect. Let me check it. All right. Let's see. Gotta find your class. There you are. Valyria, fantastic. Got 100 on it. Good job. I'm proud of you. No, there you go. That's more. Nope, it's my button. Well, she's got claws, so if she falls, she's just going to claw me to stay on. Also, they're really good at landing. Stop it. That's my button. Stop that. Now what? Now what? Nope. Yeah. I mean, she'll claw me if she feels like she's falling. She's actually gripping pretty hard with her front feet. Nope. There she goes. All right. She's done. She's gonna go take a nap. All right, guys. Any questions? Oh no, she's gonna go to bed now. She's gonna get her 18 hours of sleep a day. I got her 5 years ago. I've had her for 5 years, I think. Getting on 6 here. Actually, maybe 6 now. Not for me. You don't have a quiz for me tomorrow. You guys are pretty much done with me for the week, unless you have makeup work. Hi, Sarai. How are you? Let's see what we got. Yeah, no, they have to sleep for 18 hours a day. They need the energy. You can talk to Mr. Furco about it. Big cats are very similar. They everything they do burns energy. I mean, they even when they purr, that's their heart rate is just explodingly going fast. So they're constantly burning energy. So they have to sleep a lot. What is Sir Oyutaki's for? Hi, Sir. Hi, Carly. I'm doing well. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. That was another teacher that needed help. So the Shire. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. The Shire is this place in Lord of the Rings that is very beautiful and simple and just kind of calm and quiet. They built their houses into the sides of hills like this one. You see all the chimneys popped up and the door on the side of the hill, and that roof is made of grass and wood. So that's the Shire. And I suppose it's not really it's a different name. I mean, it's a name for a place. So you don't name people places, but I just felt that it was really pretty, and her eyes are just that green color. It just reminded me of it. It was pretty instant. Most of the time, I name them after my favorite characters in books or whatever. We had a cat named Scout, named after To Kill a Mockingbird. So I mean, we always um, we always did that in my family. That was kind of our tradition. All right. Any questions, guys? Questions about the lecture? Or questions about history in general? It's your time to stump me if you have a great question. Yeah, I love green eyes on a cat for sure. They're just so pretty, especially when they have a big face. You know, they just really shine out. Can I go over the quiz we had today? Um, hmm. Let me see. Soraya, did you finish it yet? Oh, very pretty. Soraya, you're in class 4. Soraya, you haven't answered it yet. Okay, so I want you to try it first and go ahead and do that now and come back in here if you finish in time. Okay, it's 3 questions. I want you to go ahead and try it because I think if you try it, you're going to get really close to getting them right. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and try it first and then we'll go over it. All right. If we don't make it back in time, I'll be here from 6 to 7. All right. Good. Okay. Hey, Allie, how are you? Yeah, they're the same. It's pretty much the same thing. I just do one is a live lecture, and the other one is a video I made of the PowerPoint. So one is me going through it with you guys, and the other one is me just talking to the computer. So I give you guys both options. Hi, Allie. Any questions about the quiz or the thing? Guess your cat's name. Is it cat? Ooh, can't tell you the magic word, Sarai. It's in the thing. You got to watch the video first. Patches. Oh, very cool. You can pick either video. They're pretty much the exact same thing. Y'all been outside today yet? Anybody gone and done their PE workouts? I got to go on a run here in about 10 minutes. I'm not excited about it. The video you're supposed to watch, the ones I linked into your assignment. Oh yeah, finally it's sunny. I mean, we had that nasty rainstorm yesterday. It's a little chilly today, though. We're definitely going through a cold front right now. I'm glad it finally rained. I mean, finally stopped. But we needed the rain too. We needed the rain too. We needed that bad. Yep. Any questions, guys? Questions about the assignment that aren't questions for answers? Because I think you can do it. I actually believe in y'all. That's a good question. Questions, guys. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints. Oh, very cool. Making something for a hamster. What are you making for it? I did start that stream. I just renamed it. Oh, very cool. A box fort. Yeah, it's under Alexander the Great live lecture. Oh, I guess I scheduled one that I never did. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I'll just delete that out of there. I don't need that. Yeah. So, sweet. All right. Sorry, Carly, you missed one. So I checked. You missed one. Yeah, I got rid of that one. It's gone now. I don't know why it scheduled that. It should have, but just did anyway. Hmm. Well, I just deleted it, so maybe taking a little bit to close it out. You got the first one wrong, sir, Carly. The magic word one. Oh, very cool. I wear headphones when I stream, so it's easier for you guys to hear me. Oh, really? My bad. Well, I didn't know that dog was going to bark. All right, guys, any more questions? We have about 4 more minutes. Four more minutes, guys. Bye, Carly. Have a good one. All right, guys, any more questions? Only a few more minutes left. So if you have questions now, get them out. If you don't, I will see you back later tonight from 6 to 7. I'm going to be doing a special lecture that is not related to Greece. We're going to be doing something entirely different. I want to go over some World War II history with you. So that is my plan to go over that. Actually, World War II history. Well, that's my plan to go over that. And I will see you then, hopefully, from 6 to 7. Any questions? All right. I will see you there. It's going to be over World War II. We're going to be going over World War II. Yeah, live lecture over World War II, or if there's any questions about the lecture and essay. Oh, congratulations. Well, happy early birthday to you, Val. You're a summer birthday typically, right? Is that right? You're typically summer birthday? Yeah. Hey, Veril, how are you? All right, guys, it is that time. I will see you later from 6 to 7. Have a great day, and we'll catch you up later. I'll be back at 6 to 7 to talk about World War II history. All right, see ya.